Let's shift our focus now. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal is in India on a 4-day visit. The Nepalese Prime Minister arrived in New Delhi yesterday.
Yes, and that's a key visit by Nepalese Prime Minister to India. The Prime Minister is accompanied by a big delegation. He's expected to strike hydroelectric power and airlines deals while on his first overseas trip since assuming the Prime Minister's office in December last year. He will be meeting the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. According to reports, the Nepalese Prime Minister will seek a long-term deal to export hydroelectric power and opening up of new air routes with New Delhi. His visit marks the tradition of new Nepalese leaders making New Delhi their first foreign port after assuming office. This underlines strong ties between the two neighbors. According to the Nepalese Foreign Minister, Kathmandu is seeking long-term energy deals with New Delhi, its biggest global ally, while also expecting New Delhi to invest in construction of transmission lines between the two friendly nations.
Now, Nepal is also looking at India's support in facilitating electricity export to Bangladesh as it hopes to up its potential to generate and supply hydroelectric power. During his visit, Dahal is expected to make a proposal to its biggest economic and trade partner to open up 3 more points of air traffic along the border from which airlines can enter and exit Nepal's airspace.
This will boost air traffic and tourism between India and Nepal's two international airports of Pokhara and Lumbini, which is Buddha's birthplace. In a bid to pursue new objectives and new connections and push India-Nepal ties to new heights, the two nations have been working on the transmission line new hydropower project since last year. The two are also working out a digital relation by connecting the Indian and Nepalese QR codes, UPI, and Nepal's hydropower company, MCHI.
Apart from meeting Prime Minister Modi, the Nepalese Prime Minister will also be laying a wreath at Rajghat, which is Mahatma Gandhi's memorial. He will also be paying a visit to Indian President Srimati Draupadi Murmu and also make a trip to Madhya Pradesh before finally taking off for Nepal on Saturday. Now for more on this, joining us live is our correspondent Saloni Murarka from New Delhi. Saloni, thank you so much for joining us. My first question to you, what can you tell us of the significance of this meet and also a potential hydroelectric power and airlines deal?
Yes, of course. This has been a much anticipated visit and a lot of build-up was already made in New Delhi and in Kathmandu ahead of the visit. Well, this visit definitely holds a significance, especially for Nepal, as Prime Minister Prachanda, when he assumed the office in December last year, he said that visiting Nepal will be his top priority. So, since the time he has assumed office, he has shown and clearly said that he wants to maintain a cordial relation with its neighbor, India. And given that the agendas, many new agendas and previous issues have been added to the discussion, the bilateral discussion that will take place between the Nepali Prime Minister and the Indian Prime Minister later in the day. And looking at the agenda, it seems that the economic issues and economic development partnership will be dominating the discussion between the two leaders. And given that Nepal is rich in hydropower, even the foreign minister, while speaking to WION, he said that we are surplus in hydropower and would like to export, given that Nepal is also India is the biggest market for that, and will also request to export the electricity not only to India but also to Bangladesh. So there are going to be some discussions held, and even last initial of this month, Foreign Minister of Nepal visited Dhaka and he held discussion with Bangladesh Prime Minister regarding this. So we can see a step ahead on this agreement, definitely, and also on the it's not only about the trade, transit or the transmission lines, but the discussions are going to be held around the additional air routes and also digital payment, the Indian e-wallets access in Nepal. So this definitely shows that this visit will further, strengthen the age-old ties and the cordial ties between the two countries.
Right. Well, Saloni, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We will, of course, continue to track the developments through the day very closely.